Hello. Hello, hello. Sarah, I can't remember if you were here on Sunday or not when I set the paper towel on fire. It was exciting. Hello, hello, hello. I promise not to set my roll of paper towel on fire tonight. We're gonna have an excitement-free night tonight. I wasn't, but I heard it. Yeah, it was. I got distracted by how cute my dog is, and I saw the video of your new, your view. Your view looks beautiful. Yeah, it was the roll of paper towel. So what happened was, you missed the fire. So because she's so big, this is the other side, Sarah. We're doing our 40 triangle design on this side, and then we're doing our very traditional on this side. So, and then I finished it, and I was like, cool, I like it. And then I decided I want a whole bunch of other stuff white on here. So, yes. But, so we have a few things. This is going to be quite the project. This not little, big mama. But what I've discovered is I need to have the roll of paper towel here, because normally when I work on an egg, right? So I'll be working on an egg and I rest my hand. I came specifically for the paper towel fire. No paper towel fires tonight. Only one. That was the only one. If you got it on Sunday, you got it. No more paper towel fires. That was the best part of it was hello. The best part of it was my kids walked in and I was like, "Oh, you just missed it. I set a roll of paper towel on fire." And they were like, "Oh yeah, like it's a normal Sunday." Just you being you, Mom. But normally when I work on an egg, right, I rest my hand on the yeah, it was Sunday. So I normally rest my hands on the desk here and I work away on my egg. The issue that I'm having working on Big Mama here is that I can't do that, right? Like I in order to work on it, I have nothing to steady my hand on. So what I was doing, which someone suggested, which works amazing, is I just put my roll of paper towel here and I kind of rest my hand on it and then I can kind of squeeze up against it and I get a really nice steady, that little egg, so many pencil lines. I'm so proud of you. I know, right? I'm trying to go outside of my comfort zone and push myself a little bit here. But yeah, so I found this really, whoever suggested it, thank you. It works really well for steadying my hand. The issue that happened, what happened on Sunday, is I had my setup like this, and then I turned my chair because my dog was behind me. And I think when I turned my chair, the back of the chair hit my paper towel roll, and it went right into my candle. And I was petting my dog, and I smelled fire, and I was like, oh no. And I turn around and like this whole paper towel rolls. It was exciting. It was fun. If you were here, you got to see it. I think sometimes when I tell you guys like I'm a klutz, I accidentally break things, I accidentally set things on fire, I accidentally burn myself with wax all the time. I think sometimes you guys don't believe me. But on Sunday you got a full show. You had a full show of it on Sunday. It wasn't that exciting. It was. I think I gave everyone a mild heart attack, though. I felt bad for everybody that was in the chat. They were like, "Oh my god, broken fern, rotten egg, fire." Yeah, I've had a couple of entertaining lives. At least the dog was cute. Yeah. I've done like, oh, IK Scouts, welcome to the egg cult, as Musings with Morgan calls it. where we're all obsessed with baking and we do it all the time and we love it. I missed fire and a dog. I'm sorry you did. You missed both. My dog's upstairs napping right now, or I'd get her in here. I can't even call her because she's deaf. Bless her heart. She's so old and deaf now. She doesn't even come when I call her because she just doesn't hear me. Poor little thing. She turned 14 on Monday. My puppy dog. She turned 14. So, one of us. Yeah, it's welcome. You just bought a bunch of dies? How many? How many are you on? How many eggs are you on? Welcome to the obsession. It's buried still and I'm sad about it. You'll get it out all in due time. You got all summer, girl. You got all summer. I think I was the only regular. Everyone else missed the dog and the fire and the older kid was here. Yeah. Yeah, she came in. I was like, oh, you missed it. I just set the paper towel on fire. She's like, oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Cool story, Mom. And then she proceeded to take over the spotlight and just show off all of her art. So I decided pretty much the inspiration for this guy is going to be this half of Ducky. I heard Eva come in and hop off shortly after. Yeah, I think they both came. This is an ostrich egg, yes. So this is a duck egg that I put Ducky, the peacock, on. And I really, Subaru is what we're calling it now. What are we calling Subaru? What are we calling Subaru? Man, what is Subaru? What is it code name for? What is it code name for? But yeah, I love this. I love how this turned out. I love the color placement on here. I really like how this turned out. So Sunday is now called Subaru. Well, you missed a Subaru. You missed quite a Subaru. But yeah, no Subaru. Yes, thank you. So I really I didn't plan this out. I just winged it and it turned out really well. So I love everything about this. I like how it turned out. So I'm going to kind of emulate this quite a bit on this guy, just with even more detail. So we're going to just leave her there. But Subaru. God. Ducky is my favorite. How hard is it to get into this? I mean, wrong person to ask. I'm gonna say, follow me. I'm a professional. I might light things on fire accidentally, but let me be your guide. It's quite affordable. You can get kits at ukrainianaccessories.com. Code CraftyLady10 for 10% off. The website and my discount code are posted in my bio. You can get kits that are around $25, $35 that give you this Kitska tool that I'm using right here. They give you some wax. It gives you a 6-pack of dies. If you want to get the egg draining kit, I think that's another kind of 15 to 25 depending on which kit you get. But your dies, like some of my dies that I have in mason jars here, they're on like their third year or so. I have been doing it for 3 months, 2 days, and have made 58 eggs. That's amazing. I love it. Yes, Holo Taco, Play Rosé. I'm on a Play Rosé kit. I'm on a big Play Rosé kit. 2 months, 3 days. You're in it. I love it. I love it. This is an ostrich egg that I'm working on here. This is my favorite, I think one of my favorite parts of it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, no, once you get your dies mixed up, they'll last you quite a while. You can go ham and you can spend more money and get like, every freaking color that they have if you want. You don't have to. You can start with 6 dies and see how you feel and see how much you enjoy it. And you know, a carton of egg is $5, so carton of eggs. It's a hobby, an art form. It's an old Slavic folk art, and it's one that you can get started for under $50, which is really nice. Sometimes we fall in love with these beautiful art forms and it's so expensive to get started. And I don't find this art form to be like that. I find it very accessible, which is nice. I guess I should say I find it very financially accessible, as long as you can get stuff shipped to you, because it is difficult to find in stores. I used to do that in elementary school. It was so fun. Amazing. Yeah, my mom, when I was growing up, used to come into our classes. My brothers and I, she would come into our classes and teach us. Actually, my husband, I went to junior high and high school with him. We never dated when we were kids. We didn't hook up until later on. But he, for the longest time, had a pisanke in his parents had it in their china cabinet that he made in class that my mom came and taught. But it exploded one day in his parents' china cabinet because my mom never drained her eggs. So, but he had it for years and years and years in his china cabinet at his mom's house. So when it's non-COVID times, I also go into schools and teach kids classes. But this last couple years, I've been teaching everybody on TikTok how to do it, which is also very fun. But I think it's a common thing in Canada, I feel like, at least on the Canadian prairies. I feel like everybody at some point in elementary school, you have somebody's weird Ukrainian mom come in and teach everybody. Come in and be like, okay, kids, we're going to work with open flame and hot wax now. Let's all make some art. So, this is it's the finding a spot to steady my hand and like turning the egg, because it feels like I'm palming a basketball. These little things that have been. Are you the weird I am. Ukrainian heritage, but yeah. Weird. I feel like that's a common phrase. Well, you know, it's weird Ukrainians, or the weird Ukrainians, the weird Ukrainians. I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, okay, what was it? What is it that makes us weird? Why does everyone in Canada I know with Ukrainian heritage have that saying, oh, you know, the weird Ukrainians? I wonder why that's a saying. All the sauerkraut, maybe? I don't know. Open flame and hot. Yep. Okay, kids, so we're working with open flame and hot wax. So let's be careful. Let's get our listening ears out, okay? Now, if your Keatska goes on fire, you don't wave it. That gets very exciting. You blow it. And then a group of 9-year-old boys starts laughing hysterically in the corner. Is it possible to scent the wax? I mean, the wax has a scent. It's beeswax, and it smells gorgeous. But, of course, once we remove the wax from the egg at the end, there is no longer a scent. You have worked on any... I have not. This is actually Sarah, Pray for a Riot, sweet girl that she is, sent me this. This is my first time ever doing these techniques on an ostrich egg. It's my first ostrich egg. So I was very excited. I have not yet worked on an emu. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. All in due time. I gotta see if I can handle this ostrich egg first. Emu eggs are also like, they have a specific way to prep them as well, like ostrich eggs. So for anyone that missed it, you have to prep the shell first before you start working on it. And I had to scrub it down with toilet bowl cleaner, believe it or not. Some toilet bowl cleaner, and and then had to soak it in vinegar, straight vinegar. I don't feel like I soaked it long enough. So when I'm done getting, I need to, it's not even, I need to get these a little bigger over here. I'm going to do another vinegar soak. How long have you done this, if you don't mind me asking? So I haven't gotten her out in a while. Let's get her out. So I've been doing it a hot minute. Let me see. Can I find it? Where is it? Where is she? Let me find her. I've been doing this around 30 some odd years. Is it going to be in the last one I look? Of course it is. Okay, Miss Congeniality. So, these are some of my very, very first ones. This is probably my very, very first one that I did when I was like 4-ish. I think I just put some stickers on it. It's quite cute. But yeah. So here's Miss Congeniality 1988. I think she's my favorite. She's my favorite egg. But yeah, so I did this when I was around 5 or 6. So it's still got, there's like an old calcified, crustified egg yolk in there. Because again, we never used to drain them when I was young. But yeah, so I've been doing it for a hot minute. For sure. This was one that I broke during a live a few months ago. I was very sad about, but yeah, that's what they look like inside. If you just leave them for 30 years, it's just an old calcified egg yolk. But yeah, so I've been doing it quite a long time. 35 years, something like that. A hot minute. So what could happen if you tried to drain? Well, those are solidified inside now. I can't drain those anymore. They're just solidified. This one that I'm working on here has already been drained. She already drained. Okay, get myself organized again. I graduated 1988. Hey, I was class of 2000. Everybody hydrate, drink your water. I was the big graduating class of 2000, the new millennium, blah, 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 Y2K. Remember that nonsense? Everybody thought we were going to die, and all that happened was the like Blockbuster video, it like reset to like the year 1900, so it showed everybody had like insane late fees. It was literally all that happened. It was going to be like Mad Max, yeah. It's my 20-year anniversary this year. Nice. It was my 20-year anniversary last year. And there was this big discussion of, you know, do we go ahead with our, you know, 20-year high school reunion? Do we not? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you guys do what you want. I'm not, sorry, but I'm not risking my life to come and hang out with people from high school. Like, it ain't gonna happen. Y2K prepared us for the COVID toilet paper rush. Yeah, people really went nuts over Y2K. There was people that were building bomb shelters and everything. I feel like it was a little bit different because Y2K, there was so much time to like lead it up to it, where COVID just kind of hit and took over. So there was, whereas Y2K was, I feel like, more of a slow build. COVID, it was like a mad rush. There we go. People forgot that showers exist. Cries in class of 2021. Aww. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I feel really bad for all the people that are having, because it's such a milestone to graduate, whether you graduate, whether it was high school or university, you know, whatever it was, it's a milestone. And I think for a lot of people, it's a place marker in life, you know, and it's, especially in movies and TV shows and some, you know, it's hugely built up as this big thing, right? It's this huge marker, milestone in life. And it definitely, whether you enjoyed high school or not, it's definitely nice to just have that kind of place marker. And I feel bad for the people that really wanted to have that experience that didn't get it. You know, it sucks. I can tell you a whole bunch how it really, you know, the best years of your life are not high school, and the best night of your life is usually not graduation, but it's still a place marker, so. But do know that if you were somebody that didn't get your graduation experience that you were hoping, do know that your grad night is not the best night of your life, and that the best nights of your life and the most fun you're going to have is yet to come. Okay, how am I doing? Is that a little bit more even? I feel like that's a little bit more even. Sometimes it gets away from me and then I got to go back and even them out. I realized my 20th passed a couple months ago and I had a small emotional crisis. I feel like that 10-year high school reunion is the big one, right? That's the one where people that care about high school stuff, that's the one, you know, because nobody wants to, like, somebody, I feel like my friend's mom was talking to me about it. She's like, nobody wants to come back and be like that bum, you know? Nobody wants to come back and everybody look at them and be like, wow, what happened to them? Like, you know, be the bum at the high school reunion. But I don't know, high school is such a weird time for most people, I feel like. Hardly anyone went to my 10th reunion. It is Play Rose, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I went to my 10-year reunion. It was fun. It's one of those things, like, all the people that I wanted to keep in touch with from high school, I was already in touch with. So it was kind of like, I mean, it was fun to see some people. Some of our teachers came, which was really cool. We invited them, and it was really fun getting to see some of my old teachers that I liked. That was cool. But yeah, it was interesting. We had one fella not show up because at the time he was at large and wanted by the police. So that was exciting. So it was kind of one of those things I was like, well, you know, I could have been getting into vet school right now if it weren't for COVID. Oh, I'm sorry, that sucks. I hated high school with a passion, and now I'm teaching one. Wanted by the police, yes. Damn, child, you got your whole life ahead of you, and you will get into vet school. You will. It sucks to have things waylaid, though. It sucks to have passion and motivation for something, and due to circumstances beyond your control, not be able to do the thing. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating. Okay, it's just gonna take so much more time now. You're young, girl. You're so young. You're young. Time is on your side. I know it doesn't feel like that because everything in life tells women that, you know, if you don't have it accomplished by 25, forget about it. It's like everything in our culture pushes us to be, you know, have everything figured out, and not even have it figured out, but have it by 25. And if you don't have it by 25, oh, well, you're hopelessly behind. And in reality, it's so not the case. It's so not the case. I feel like my life didn't start getting good until after 25. Not that I didn't have fun. I had fun. I just feel like about 26, 27, it was like all the really fun stuff in my life started happening after about age 26, 27. Up until that point, I felt like I just spun my wheels. Even with COVID. Yeah, mine went ahead. Mine went ahead even with COVID. I didn't go to it, but it went ahead. My husband and I looked at each other like, are you going? No. Are you going? No. Zero interest in seeing these people. He's like, you know for a fact everybody that shows up is going to be anti-maskers. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I know exactly who's going to show up too. I was like, yeah. And I don't want to talk to any of them. I was like, word. Yeah. Okay. Second highest unaliving rate in the U.S. is veterinarians. Is that true? That can't be true. Is that true? That can't be true. The only high school reunion I need is Romy and Michelle's. Anyone I care about from high school I talked to on the rig already. Yeah. Yeah. Word. It is true. That's wild. I knew dentists were quite high on the list. I don't know if they still are, but that was because I had a few friends that went to dental school. That was the thing that came up in conversation. Dentists, yeah. Saw this on my For You page. What is this? So this is a very old Slavic folk art called pisanke. This is the Ukrainian kind of tradition that you see me doing here. There's quite a few different styles and ways of doing this. Lots of different regions have different ways of doing these eggs. This is just what I grew up doing. But it's using a stylus tool. This one's called a kitska. And you use it to put beeswax on an egg. This is an ostrich egg. And what it does is it seals in the color underneath. So wherever you see me putting the wax on right now, it's going to be white in the final design. So I'm sealing in this white color. And then I'll dip it in some dye, which I still haven't completely figured out how to do. I got a big Tupperware container that actually fits this big mama. So that's good. I went and got one of those the other day. But yeah, thank you. We're pretty chill here. It's pretty chill. Unless I'm accidentally lighting rolls of paper towel on fire or burning myself with hot wax or setting my Kitska on fire. But other than that, it's pretty chill. Or accidentally dropping an egg. That's also happened. But other than that, it's pretty chill. Was it hard to train your brain to figure out how? Yeah, it is. And I feel like that's probably the thing that trips people up quite a bit when they first start this art form, is your brain does kind of have to work in reverse. So the wax is dark. It's got a candle color added to it, so it's easy to see on the egg. It shows up really well. But in the final design, it's not going to be black. It's going to be white. So you're kind of always working kind of from like a negative almost. So it can get, sometimes you get surprised. You forget where you put a color, or you forget what color you've just put down, and sometimes you get surprised. It always feels like magic at the very end when you take all the layers of wax off and reveal your design at the end. It's always very exciting because you kind of never know what you're going to get until the very, very end. So that final de-waxing always feels like a little bit of a magic trick. It's like, ta-da! It's so beefy. I love how traditions get passed down. Yeah. So this, it's so I have lineage from the Ukraine and Poland. And so this got passed down to me. So it was my great grandmother who did these, and then she actually never, speaking of, this is we figure this is around 40, 50 years old. This is pysanka. So pysanka is singular. Pysanke is plural. But this was one that my great grandmother did. It's been drained, and she put shellac over it. But this is one that my great grandmother made. So they can, if you take care of them, they can last quite a long time. But so she was the one that I remember this tradition starting from. She technically never did teach my mother how to do it. She would bring her eggs over and show the kids, but she never had like little classes and taught them. Some of you know the story. There was a little bit of tension in that family because my grandfather, my great-grandmother's son, my grandfather was supposed to be a Catholic priest, but instead he married my grandmother and had children. And I don't think my great-grandmother ever forgave any of them. So they weren't super close, but close enough that they would visit occasionally, but I guess not close enough to actually teach this. So my mom, as a young adult, took it upon herself. Like, she went and she bought all the supplies. She bought a ton of books, and she taught herself how to do it because she didn't want the tradition to die out. And end with my great-grandmother. So she taught herself, and then she taught me and my brothers, and now I'm teaching my children. And anyone on TikTok who's interested. And anyone who happens to be in my kids' classes at school. So yeah. Ooh. This one, I need to just take this back a bit. She will. There we go. Okay. So I got all those guys. Now I'm going to... How are you going to go about coloring this huge egg? Wonderful question. That's a problem for Christina probably tomorrow. That's a problem for tomorrow, Christina. She'll figure that out. How do you get it dark with a flame? I'm confused. We used to make an egg each Easter and have a little collection at my mom's house. That's very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Future Christina. Yeah, future Christina can figure that out. So I've seen Good Harvest Pisanka. She's posted some videos on here where she basically just had like a big Tupperware container and then poured the dyes over top. So I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be me. It's going to load some more wax in here. It's going to be me with this little Tupperware container, which is essentially just like a plastic bowl. I think it's meant to be like a popcorn bowl that I got at Walmart for $1.98 on sale. And me rolling the egg around in the dye. So the wax really is the best part. It's the best. Everybody loves that part. Come here. I don't speak Ukrainian. I'm sorry. I don't speak or read Ukrainian or Russian or anything. I apologize. I wish I did. That was something that got lost and not handed down. The techniques. I've always been of the opinion that anybody that could do henna or tattooing, I feel like would be really good at this. Because you're already used to working on a curved surface, especially henna, like with the mandalas and stuff. It's very, very similar. So I love watching henna. I do too. I could watch those videos for forever. A Mad Hatter. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Come here. Sometimes you have to talk to your eggs. They listen about as well as my children. I was going to say, the only body that actually listens to me in this house is the dog, but even she doesn't anymore because she's deaf. So nobody does. I'll post it later. I would love to see a Mad Hatter egg. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Yeah, my mother-in-law visited family. So my husband and I have pretty much almost the same lineage, where mother is quite heavily Ukrainian and dad was quite heavily in the Scottish and Irish. And my mother-in-law went back to the Ukraine a few years ago to visit family members, and she said she felt really bad because they hardly spoke any Ukrainian, or they hardly spoke any English, and she hardly spoke any Ukrainian, and it was challenging. But one day, I'm still trying to get French down. If I can get French down, I would love to learn a bit of Ukrainian. Yeah, so wherever you see me putting wax right now, this is going to seal in this white color. So when I put it in probably gold, I'm going to probably put it in Yukon Gold next. So then everywhere on the shell is going to turn yellow, this yellow goldy color, except for where I've put this wax. This wax is going to seal in this sort of light cream white kind of color. And so then wherever I'll put the wax on, it'll seal in that yellow color. So when I go into, like, say, blue or green after that, Anywhere that doesn't have wax will turn blue or green. But where I sealed in that wax, well, it was yellow, it'll stay yellow. So you just sort of do a series of, dyeing and then sealing in the colors. And then at the end, when you take all the wax off, you're left with your whole little design. I spoke Ukrainian as a kid. I don't anymore. Yeah, it's one of those things, hey, like I know some Ukrainian words or like small phrases, but it just, you know, if you're not actively speaking it with somebody on at least a semi-regular basis, it just goes. It just goes, unfortunately. A little over the line here, so we're just gonna fix that. We're just gonna pretend that never happened, and then just carry on with our day. The blue egg you just showed it. Thank you. So this was a duck egg. My husband's aunt gifted me these duck eggs, and so this is Ducky the peacock. This was inspired by Queer Quills here on TikTok. Queer Quills. She does paper quilling, and so I did this, and then she did a paper quilling version of it, which is really cool. So if you haven't seen her stuff, you should check her out. She does really, really cool stuff. But yeah, so that's Ducky the peacock, and then I really planned this side out, and I didn't really plan this side out at all. This was just a happy accident, but I really, really love that. So I love it so much. Why don't we do a big version of it? Why don't we do a big version of it? All hail Ducky. Yeah, damn child was the one that named him. Named Ducky the peacock. Named them. Ducky the peacock is binary, non-binary. That became apparent very quickly. Are you in the International Egg Art Guild? I did not know there was a thing. I just do eggs in my basement and have been for many, many years. Ducky chooses who will go and who will stay. Is this a real thing? Do I need to look into this? I feel like maybe I need to look into this. I'm just a weird lady that does art in my basement and occasionally sets things on fire. Yeah. Accidentally had quite a few people start following me on TikTok, so they are grandmasters. Ducky called him in. I used to be in the IEAG. It is real? I need to look into this. I feel like egg art styles they cover. Wow. And it wouldn't be a peacock or a peahen. What is the general? Peafowl? Peafowl. Ducky the peafowl. Wait, did you end up setting the paper towel roll after all? I did. I turned to show everybody how cute my dog was, and the back of my chair, when I turned it to look at my dog, knocked the paper towel roll right into the candle. And I smelt the fire before I saw it, which is always a great thing. Ooh. It was fine. It was fine. Fire went out. It was no big deal. It was just funny. Is that the actual shell? Yeah, no, this is the it's the dog's fault. This is the actual shell color. It was a little bit more cream colored and a little bit shinier before I took the toilet bowl cleaner and the vinegar to it. So it's a little bit less cream colored and a little bit more white, but it's still quite. It's a really beautiful color. I'm enjoying it. Usually I work in either brown eggs or very like bright white eggs. I hear from people, It's so funny the way people sometimes, you can tell they're from another country. What they'll see it like our white eggs and they're like, why are they so white? Do you bleach your eggs? And I'm like, I don't know. These are just the eggs I grew up eating. I have no idea. And someone else will be like, we have those eggs in every country. And someone will be like, oh, those eggs glow in the dark. We don't have those here. It always starts a conversation in the comments. It's hilarious. I'm just using a fine gauge wire here to clean up my Kitsuka because I think I got some soot. Yes, there we go. I'm going to have, I'm not a master though, so I'm sure I would not be allowed to join. Can you imagine I show up and be like, will you let me join? I have a TikTok account. People on TikTok think I'm really good. Can I join? I'll be like, who are you, peasant? Get out. Crazy how if you want to see some super talented people, go on Instagram. They're like super talented. The color of the egg is determined by the breed of the chicken. That's so I've heard. I have never had the pleasure of raising my own chickens, though I have asked my husband if we could have chickens a time or two, and he keeps saying no. He also told me I couldn't have a goat. So, I mean, what fun is he? I like this. You just need to get merch to identify this cult. I've been talking about merch for a while. I really should get on that. I got an Apple Pen now, and we got Procreate. Now, granted, we got them for the 9-year-old because she started doing a comic book, an online comic book. But I can also use them. My husband vetoed the pet skunk the other day. Oh, that would be so cute. Is it really love if they won't give you livestock? My feelings exactly. My feelings exactly. The Procreate bat. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've never done any kind of digital graphic art before. So naturally my brain's like, you must learn everything about graphic art and design a series of t-shirts, and you need to do it in the next 3 days. And I'm trying to do that thing where I'm like, okay, let's set manageable goals for ourselves. Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Ducky the non-binary pedophile? I'm writing this down. Where's my paper? Where's my paper? Ducky the non-binary. Even if I'm the only person that wants this shirt, I want this shirt. Peafowl. Ducky the non-binary peafowl. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Ducky the Lord peafowl. Oh, God. There's a few shirts I need to make just for, if no one else, just for me. And a mug. I started looking into, my cousin was helping me with this, differently, because there's different sort of, I mean, I'm not gonna order all the equipment and a press and start making shirts in my basement. Like that's not going to happen. And the amount of companies that do merch lines, like, nor is it necessary, especially not nowadays. But Teespring's the one that keeps coming back up time and time and time again as being very accommodating and user-friendly and all of that kind of stuff. I got my eyes checked today. Soon my new glass. Ooh. So I had to, a few years ago, I had to suck it up and get glasses. My vision is quite good, but years and like a decade of like really intense migraines changed my eyes, and my astigmatism is now so bad. My eyes are so light sensitive, thank you migraines, that I have to wear glasses all the time just to filter out the light, which kind of sucks, but what do you do? What do you do? It is what it is. But they have this thing, and the optometrist was being very kind, and I was like, this is a bifocal, isn't it? This is bifocals. He's like, it's not bifocals. But I do have a thing in my glasses where the bottom part of my glasses, it's like meant for looking at fine detail. And I can't tell you how wonderful they have been for doing this artwork, doing this art form. So maybe they're bifocals technically, but I love it. I don't get headaches now when I go in my flow state and time blindness and lose track and just sit in my basement and make eggs for like 6 hours straight. My mom still has it. Oh, my mom is still going through and finding cartons of eggs to give me. From Zenny. I heard Zenny's like they're decent. They're decent glasses and they're cheap. I've heard that. Oh, sorry, I'm going off screen. What kind of egg is she? I am decorating an ostrich egg. This is my first ostrich egg that I have ever worked on. So if I'm doing anything that looks bizarre, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first one, and I'm learning as I go, because sometimes you can read all the books and you can read all the pamphlets and you can watch all the YouTube videos, and sometimes you just get to a point where you just have to jump in because you'll get stuck in the planning stages, trying to plan the perfect way to do something. And some things you can only learn just by doing. And I feel like gardening is one of those things, and I feel like Pisanke is one of those things. You can read all the books you want, you can watch all the videos you want. Some things you just learn by doing. So, normally, I work on chickens' eggs. I have worked on duck eggs. I have some little baby quails back there. But this is well out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. It's good. It's good to be out past your comfort zone sometimes, right? Sometimes it is super good to push yourself out past your comfort zone. And if you fail, well, it's an egg. It's an egg, right? I haven't seen my cat for 2 days. Oh. My cat a few years ago went missing for 3 weeks. And he went missing for 3 weeks in November in Alberta, which does not bode well. Like we were getting temps minus 24, 25. I apologize, I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but it'd be cold. And I thought he was gone. And he was under the neighbor's step. And a couple of things that I learned when I was looking for my cat is usually when they go missing, usually they're close by. Like they usually don't go too far. They're usually still in your neighborhood. And they will not come when you call them. Their instinct prevents them from making their whereabouts known. They will not call out to you until they are in dire straits. That's what happened with my cat. He got under a neighbor's step, and then the frost came and the ground swelled, and he couldn't get back out. And we figured he was under that step for like 3 weeks. Ate a mouse or two, lost the tip of his ear to frostbite. And my neighbor came and got me because I had put flyers in all of my neighbors' mailboxes saying that my cat was missing. And so my neighbor knew, okay, there's a cat that's missing. And it was like 11 p.m. at night and he came and got me. He's like, I can hear meowing at my front step. I don't see any paw prints in the snow. I don't know what's going on, but I swear I hear meowing. And I heard it too. And we dug under his front step and he used the ice pick for his sidewalk to hack away at the frozen ground, and we dug him out of there, and it was like 1 a.m. This man helped me save my cat. I made him, my kids and I baked him all the cookies and wrote him all the nice cards and took my cat to the emergency vet. And he made it, and he's been going on another 4 or 5 years since that happened, and I thought he was a goner. So if your kitty cat is missing, yeah, I was so grateful. Oh my gosh. And if your kitty cat is missing, I would say the first thing I would do would take a flashlight and check under all your neighbors' steps. But just know you can shake the treat bag and everything. They won't come. They will not make their whereabouts known. It just goes against their nature. She gets mad at me when she wants to go out and it's not her ideal weather. Oh. Okay. So I think that is all of the white / cream color we're going to put on this side. I quite like that. My youngest kitty is a Persian. I fear people would keep him. Oh, yeah. I think that's a valid fear. So, I think that's good. I don't want to put too much more on it because I think then I will run into problems of too much white / cream color. But I like this. I quite like this. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do in this middle band here. Haven't figured that out yet. But let's go through and let's finish up our triangles here. Let's finish up our triangles on this side. My girl is just a rando that showed up one day like 10 years ago and has not left. Terry, hi! Do, 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 do. She loves running out the door. Microchip that baby. Oh. My cat isn't neither my cat nor my dog they're tattooed, but they're not microchipped. It's probably something I would do next time. My cats are so oh. I'm out of wax. Need to reload. There we go. Sometimes I call her a dumpster cat. I've taken to the habit is because we were watching Teen Titans. We were, especially around Christmas time, we were watching the Teen Titans Christmas specials, like the Christmas episodes a lot. And in that cartoon, Santa's like kind of, he's evil a little bit in those cartoons. Like he's not like a protagonist, that's for sure. And, but he refers to the Teen Titans as garbage children. So I got into the habit around Christmas time. I'd be like talking to my kids, I'd be like, all right. And they'd laugh and I'd laugh. And you make the mistake of doing that around like your parents or your in-laws and they don't understand the reference. They just think you're referring to your children as garbage children and they have a problem with it. It sucks when people don't understand my humor or my references. It gets me in trouble. Okay. You met another lady who teaches Pisanke. I wonder, there is, if her daughter does Ukrainian dance, and her daughter is under the age of 10, I probably know her. Dumpster is a phrase used more for people, pets with garbage attitudes. No. These are my garbage children. It just sucks when people don't understand the reference and they just think you're referring to your children as garbage children. It's like, no, we're funny, it's good, it's fine, it's a show we watch together, we're bonding, it's an inside joke. And they just look at you like you're a terrible mother. She owns the Paint of Interest store. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go. I whenever I go in for groceries, I drive past there and I'm like, I need to go in here. You're not like other moms, you're a cool mom. I tried convincing my 9-year-old to watch Mean Girls with me the other day and she was like, could not be more disinterested. Whatever, Mom. That's your show. Ukrainian dancing, that I never got to do it myself because I was so heavily in competitive dance. It left me absolutely no room for anything else, but I had friends that did it. I had friends that did the Highland dancing and the Ukrainian dancing, and it always looked really cool. But I never got to do it. Her reaction to that on Sunday was hysterical. Yeah. You're probably right. I feel like by the time she hits middle school, upper middle school, she'll probably appreciate it more. I so desperately want to like pull up in front of their school, open the van window and just yell, "Get in, loser, we're going shopping," and have her understand the reference is what I want more than anything in this life. Pretty sure if I did that, my children would disown me though, so. Oh God, what is going on? Egg keeps shifting. Okay, we're gonna end up with a real thick line here. That's okay. Sometimes we do thick. I do that all the time. Go. I'm doing my very last goose egg and I need to get more. I adore them. I like, well, I mean, I duck egg, goose egg, duck egg. I think we decided they were duck eggs. They're very smooth compared to chicken's eggs. I found the shell very smooth, and I do like having that little bit of extra space. This is a lot of extra space, but duck eggs and chicken eggs, or duck eggs as compared to chicken eggs, they get you a little bit more. They give you a little bit more room, a little bit more space. It's quite nice. The other thing we got to do is figure out what I'm going to do in the middle here. I haven't figured that out yet. Again, that's a problem for future Christina. You are currently the background entertainment while I do my homework. I am happy to be your background noise while you do homework. It is 11 p.m. Why are we still doing renos in the kitchen? Go to bed, sirs. Oh no. I don't know if it's just a regular duck egg or a goose egg, but I've done these guys. Got another one here. So they're a little bit bigger than chicken's eggs. That's how we knew they were duck eggs. And I really love how smooth the shell is. Really, really love that. Okay, put you back over there. Okay. Waves in the middle. I thought about that. I'll finish doing these triangles, and then I'll sort of tell you what I'm thinking. I've got a couple of options. Are the eggs super fragile? They are definitely, once they're drained, they're quite fragile. These guys, I mean, it's like, you know, you wouldn't be able to drop this on the floor, obviously, but they're definitely a lot. I've been told that the smaller the egg, the more fragile it is, which I've definitely found between, like, even between duck eggs and quail eggs. The quail eggs are a lot more fragile than a chicken's eggs. Than a chicken's egg. But these definitely are a lot, the shell is a lot thicker and hardier than a chicken's egg, for sure, for sure. Oh, I just hiccuped. Am I going to get the hiccups now? I apologize. If my screen shakes. Yeah, Kohava did parakeet eggs that were, she could hardly dye them. They were so fragile. I've seen a video of a person standing on one. I believe it. Eggs, the structure of eggs is they're quite strong. Like when they're up this way, they're quite strong. No, you're very cute, but I cannot have you in here. We made a fire last time. I got all distracted by how cute you were. You stay out there. Me talking to my dog. There we go. She is having a little snooze outside the door now. Usually she'll stay in one until the kids are asleep. She'll stay in their rooms. She'll alternate. Usually the youngest, she'll stay in her room with her until she falls asleep. I don't know what I'm going to do with these animals, you guys. These animals that my kids have never known life without these animals, and it's going to be real hard. That's going to be real hard. Oh God, come back. Whoa, no, you stay away from that. I'm having a hard time getting a handle on these. I'm hoping the more the more wax I get on here, like I'll have more to like kind of grip. Because man, this is it's hard to handle. But officer, I just dropped it, I swear. I showed my mom my eggs and she said, it's just dumb glorified Easter eggs, gonna cry, LOL. Oh, been there. I love it when you decide you're gonna open up and share with a parent and they like completely, yeah, been there, been there, been there. So the thing you have to remember, I mean, that was something that I would hear over the years, especially from like some of the people I dated, because I went through a phase in my 20s where I was apparently really into sociopaths. But the thing you have to remember is, like, you could say that about all art, right? You could say that about all art. You could be like, what do you need art for, right? What do you need art for? It's just dumb art. Like, you know, what do you need art for? And the thing you have to remember, I was actually just reading about this. If you listen to the podcast, The Anthropocene Reviewed, or if you've read that book lately, this was a topic that first came up in discussions for me when I took an art history class at university back in like 2008. The thing about art, human beings have never been able to survive without it. This is why we have cave paintings. So in the Anthropocene Reviewed, he speaks specifically about the Lascaux cave paintings. Lascaux. I'm not going to pronounce that right, no matter how hard I try. But as long as human beings have been on this planet, they've been making art. Even when we were being hunted by, like, you know, saber-toothed tigers and, you know, we were in hunter-gatherer societies, we still made time for art. Human beings have always needed to make art. We have never, at any point in history, like this art form, this is an old Slavic pagan art form, folk art, that has been around for so long. Like, this has been around since the Bronze Age. Like, this has been around so long. And humans are still here on this planet making these. Like, these, we need art. And, you know, if humans didn't need art, we wouldn't have cave paintings. Yeah, it's how we understand ourselves. It's how we communicate. It's how we make sense of the world. Yeah, exactly. It's why we make music. It's why we dance. It's why we have pictures on our wall. Exactly. It's why we have sculpture. It's why we have, you know, cool, beautiful architecture. Like, you know, and who's to say that one art form is more valid and more meaningful than another, right? We've always made music. We've always danced. We've always made art. We've always, you know. Any art made with intention is magic. And you know what? We all need a little magic in our lives. And I think when some people, when their magic is dim, they get envious sometimes when they see it in others and they try to put it out. And that sucks. And it really sucks when it's coming from a parent or somebody that should be a supporter and somebody that wants to, like, help you keep your fire going, that wants to stoke it and see it, like, do well. You know, it sucks to have a support person want to put your flame out rather than build it up. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do your own thing. If other people want to sit in the dark, they can sit in the dark. think she's just jealous because I have more artistic ability in my left pinky toe than she will ever have. That could very well be. It's really weird, the dynamic between mothers and daughters, particularly mothers that have completely bought into that patriarchal, like they have that really deeply ingrained misogyny. Those mothers, their relationships with their daughters, it becomes like there's a weird competition element that it just, I don't know. It's something I'm still wrapping my head around. Yeah, it's complicated and it's weird. I'm stressed the bumps will make it jump. It's really, the bumps really aren't that big of a problem. It's more finding like a position where it feels secure and it's not going to move on me. But the bumps really aren't an issue, to be completely honest. I feel like it's fine. I don't know, maybe at the end when I take all the wax off and it looks like crap, I'll be like, oh, maybe not. Yeah, Holo Taco. It's Simply Nailogical on YouTube. It's her line. This one's called Play Rosé. It's my favorite. I love it. I go through phases where either Play Rosé or Menchie the cat is my favorite, and right now I'm in a big Play Rosé phase. There we go. Sometimes you gotta go over your lines a few times to make them straight. Sometimes you gotta go over it a few times to just sort of even them out. Does the Play Rosé require the black bottom coat? No, not at all. This is 2 coats. This is 2 coats of Play Rosé. It's amazing. 2 coats of Play Rosé and a top coat. I do have their 1 coat black though. Their 1 coat black is amazing. I have like the scattered hollow, the flaky hollow top coat, the linear hollow top coat. I think the linear hollow top coat's my favorite. I need more wax. I need more wax. There we go. Wax. The best part. Okay, get this flowing again. No clue why I yelled that. I have no clue why I yell anything. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Paper towel fires. No paper towel fires. No paper towel fires today. That was exciting enough on Sunday. Okay, why are you shifting? I gotta go back through and even you out. There we go. Where do you get your wax? So I get my wax from ukrainianaccessories.com, code CraftyLady10 for 10% off. They are listed in my bio, but if anybody wants to take a screenshot, There she is. UkrainianAccessories.com. It is a Canadian website, so everything will be in Canadian monies. My American friends, it is cheaper for you. But yeah, then Crafty Lady 10 will save you 10% at checkout. Yeah, Terry, I don't know if you were here on Sunday, but I set a roll of paper towels on fire accidentally. I was looking at my dog, and I turned my chair around to look at the dog, and the back of my hair hit the roll of paper towel, and it rolled it right into the candle, and I let the roll of paper towel on fire, and it was very exciting. I think I scared everybody in the chat. I apologize if you were here and I freaked you out. I am sorry. Many apologies. My kids were both like, oh, Mom's crafting again. Smells like fire. Might be time to rewrite your code with a Sharpie. Yeah, probably. Probably. They are listed in my bio if anybody... Follow me. I'm a professional. I'm so professional, you guys. I'm so professional. So profesh. It's like whenever I cook and the fire alarm goes off, my kids are like, oh, Mom's cooking again. The smoke alarm's going off. I swear to God, I am a good cook. I just have a very sensitive smoke alarm. And I figure that's probably a good thing, so I don't really want to mess with it, but it do be annoying. I came for the pyrotechnics. No. No. No pyrotechnics today. We're having a chill day. They have tattoo Sharpies now. Ooh. I could give myself a half sleeve and disappoint my parents. I would enjoy that. I have to wait for Stampede Fireworks to get your pyro. Oh, Stampede Fireworks. Trampoline frog. Oh, God, that is always going to be funny. What is Stampede? So every year in this province, in the city of Calgary, which is a couple hours south of me, actually not that much, like an hour and a half, hour and a bit south of me. I'm a Canadian. I measure my distance by the time it takes me to drive there. It's a thing we do. But it's a big city south of here. We have two big cities in our province. We have Edmonton, which is our capital, and then we have Calgary. And Calgary is known for a couple of things. They hosted the Olympics in 1988. And they are known for this huge rodeo event thing they do every year in July called the Calgary Stampede. Now, obviously, it didn't happen last year because COVID. And it's not just a Canadian thing. Okay, I'm glad. Because usually I do that and Americans are like, what? How far? How many miles? And I'm like, I don't know. It takes like an hour and a half. Driving how fast? I don't know, 120? You're driving 120 miles? No, kilometers. It's always a thing. Calgary is Canada's cow town, yes. So, because plague, yeah, word. So our province has just started very gingerly, very, we were like, should we open back up? I don't know, Delta variant. And our government's just like, COVID's over. Like, here we go, Stampede. And they have like fairgrounds and they have beer tents, and it's like there's usually huge concerts, and it's a whole thing. They have this big, huge beer tent with a stage called Nashville North, which apparently I have heard you cannot get into unless you have proof that you've been double vaccinated, or you have to take a rapid test if you want in, which has then raised a lot of anger in a lot of people, because the schools here were asking for rapid testing for the longest time, and they like wouldn't do it right until like the last, like, I think 3 weeks of school. Then some schools got rapid testing, and then all of a sudden, Stampede, they have a whole bunch of rapid testing. So that has upset some people. It's like a big party. It's a big party every year. It's lovingly referred to as Trampede quite often by some people in the province. It's, you know, it's interesting. So a lot of people are feeling like with the Delta variant that Stampede shouldn't be happening. A lot of other people are like, it's fine. We, give businesses a chance to make money. We can't live scared. We need to start living our lives again, yada, yada, yada. It's a whole thing. I can tell you that my family and I will not be going to Stampede. That's definitely, we are avoiding Calgary. I can tell you that much. But there's a lot of different feelings about it. There's a lot of different opinions circulating online. Trampede, as in many frogs and trampolines. Yes, yes. Exactly. My eye doc didn't wear masks today, none of them, and I was a nervous mess. That's weird. So where I am, I would say it's about 50. Like, if you go to a restaurant or anything, all the staff is wearing masks. Like, you go into a store, all the staff is wearing masks. It's about 50-50 on everybody else. Half the people they eliminated our mask mandate across the province on July 1st, which also a lot of people were having feelings about, especially with the Delta variant. But it's about 50-50, I'd say. Did you decide what to do for the center line? This guy? No. I'm going to finish up this triangle here. I'm going to show you guys some ideas I have. And you can kind of tell me what you think. As with most things, I make it a tomorrow Christina's problem. She can figure it out. It's hard because our vaccine rates, a lot of people are saying it's like really high. Other people are saying those numbers are just the, like some people are saying like, 65-70% of people have their second doses, and it's only 65 to 70% of eligible people. So it doesn't include, like people that are immunocompromised. It doesn't include children. That's sort of been the difficult thing is so many of us, our kids are under 12. They can't be vaccinated, and I'd rather not risk it, There's children out there, perfectly healthy children that have gotten very sick, that are suffering with long COVID, and, like, why would I want to jeopardize that if I didn't have to? So it's hard as a parent, you're constantly playing the, you know, do I get them out and get them socialized and let them have some experiences so that, you know, their mental health doesn't suffer, but am I risking their physical health? And that's what the last, you know, year and a half has been. It's been really challenging. It's been, you're constantly weighing the pros and cons of every situation, and it's different for everybody. There's no, you know, there's no one size fits all scenario that's going to work for every family, and it's hard. It's really challenging. You know, some kids really, like, you have kids that are on the autism spectrum that really have lost a lot of progress in the last year and a half, like socialization wise. That's been really hard for those families. You have other families where the kids are fighting leukemia and, like, you know, very much dependent on the people around them being vaccinated and being careful, and it's challenging, right? It's really hard. Everybody's in a different scenario. Everybody's trying their best, and people are getting frustrated. People are getting upset, and they don't want to be stuck at home anymore. And it's just like, you know, everybody's fighting something right now. Yeah, Delta is growing here too. So me and my kids, we are still masking. I've had to have the pep talk with them that, yeah, Delta's taking over everywhere pretty quick. But we live in an area that is quite anti-mask. There's quite a lot of anti-maskers. And so I've had to prep them and be like, you know, if anybody comes up to you and asks you why you're wearing a mask or tells you to take it off, like, even if they're an adult, you can say, you know, mind your business, or that's my, the thing that I'm teaching them to say is, that's my business. If somebody comes up and they're like, why are you wearing that mask? You think that's going to do anything? Or you think that's going to help you? Because I've gotten that this entire last year and a half, I've had people come up and approach me and do that to me. So I've just had to teach my kids, you say, that's my business. That's my business. Which sucks that I have to teach my kids how to deal with adults that can't mind their own business, but it is what it is. It is what it is. They are learning to set boundaries. They are learning to stand up for themselves. They are learning that it's okay that everybody doesn't like them, which are all good life lessons. So, you know, you take the wins with the losses. Yeah, I've had 3, which I would call more aggressive interactions over the last year and a half, and it was always 50 plus white men that would come up to me and like, why are you wearing a mask? You think that's going to do anything for you? You think that's going to help you? And every time, and I didn't need to do this, but every single time I looked at them, I was like, well, you know, I'm immunocompromised. I have a bone marrow disease and I've got 2 young kids at home. So I'm just doing whatever I can to keep around for them. And every single time that middle-aged white man looked at me, turned bright red and ran away. And I thought, yeah, serves you right. Serves you right, you old bugger. So that's the type of interactions I'm getting from, yeah, middle-aged white men are pressed. They are pressed. Whew. They've been aggressive this last year. My God, they've been aggressive. Online, in person, you name it. They have been pressed. Sorry, I'm just going through and getting rid of some of my lines so I can just really make sure they're at least decently even. Sometimes it's hard to tell when I have so many pencil lines in here. I can just kind of... pandemic hit and they realized they had no hobbies, I guess. So that is something that I have heard. I haven't seen like formal sociological studies on it. Like I haven't seen any of that data, but I have seen a lot of sort of like opinion pieces kind of a thing posted online, and lots of like anecdotal stories where apparently what's happening in workplaces across North America is there's all these sort of boomer age, kind of 50 and older people that want to go back to the office now. And they're all saying the same thing. They're like, I hate it at home. Oh my God, I hate my wife. I hate my husband. Just get me out of the house. Like they want to go back to work in the office. And all their younger Gen X, millennial type coworkers are like, I love working from home. Like, I don't want to come back to the office. And I would love to see some more formalized research on that. I find that intriguing. I don't know. But I've heard that is like all of these older, especially older white men, like their hobbies and their personality is their job. That's their whole personality. They don't like being at home. They don't want to be at home. Their job is their hobby. Their job is their personality. Their job is their escape. So my favorite thing is middle-aged white people who have you met my I'm not gonna say it. I've got some in-laws that were on that bandwagon for a bit, and I was like looking at my husband. I'm like, you need to go deal with that situation. I'm seeing this shit posted online. You need to go deal with that. That's sort of been our agreement this whole pandemic. He deals with his parents, I deal with mine. I would 100% work from home if I had a different profession. Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to sort of get your guys' opinion on. So I have this middle section here, which technically it's off center because I did my center line, and then I decided after the fact for this side, I wanted this little bit of a border, a little bit of a separation. Not the end of the world, but I do kind of consider it more part of this guy here, kind of part of this side. But yeah, oh no, that's Facebook. I really love this. This is turning out. This is that part. So, okay, so there's this, the arc of the creative process. It starts with overwhelm, right? It starts of like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. And then you just start. And then you start doing it, and you get to this point where you're like, oh, this is going good. I like it. That's the point I'm in right now. Like, oh, I like this. Yeah, this is going good. I like this. The next step after this, and I'm sure you guys will see this on a live, is where you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, it's crap. I'm crap. Everything I touch is crap. I have no talent. Oh my God, it's terrible. And it doesn't matter if you're like doing an egg. It doesn't matter if you're painting a painting. It doesn't matter if you're making a dress, writing a song. You get to that point in the creative process where you just think it's absolute garbage, and you are garbage, and everything you've ever made is garbage. Anything you will ever make is garbage. And you just, hi Phil, you just have to like push past that. And then you start getting into the, okay, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. Sometimes you circle back down to garbage again. But if you can push past it a second time, you get to the, okay, I think it's going to be okay. And then you finally get to the end point where you're like, yeah, I like it. I think I did a good job. But it's this, no part of the creative process is like a steady line. You're always like, the highs of, I'm so good, everything's going great, of, oh my God, it's absolute garbage. Oh, everything, I think it's okay. Nope, everything's terrible. Like, creative process, it's not linear. But right now we're in the I love it and I'm really proud of it phase. So we'll just hang on to that. For freehanding that, I didn't do too bad. I mean, I freehanded it with pencil. I mean, but I didn't use like a compass or rulers or anything. Like that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And the higher the high, the lower the low. Word. And then we've got this one on the back. So for this center spot here, we can do a couple of things. So I'm going to draw. Now these are just going to be really rough sketches, so just be warned. So we could do Old Faithful, right, where we do some ocean waves. I've done that a few times. It is quite pretty. I do enjoy her, right? We did her on our Pride Pasunke, on our Trans Pride and our regular Pride. Quite pretty. Quite pretty. We like that. But another option that we could do is something almost more Greek. Another kind of type of meander. So that's another option. That could also be quite cool. Now, the other thing... Oh, I'm missing. Maybe house before I need to get new hobbies. Word, I hear ya. So the other thing we could do... I did really enjoy this border. So that's sort of another thing that we could do. Where I do my, and this is so very, very traditional. It will take me, oops, backwards there, but some form of, and then just do, right. So as I go, and do some form of this guy. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. We're digging the Greek. So I kind of feel like there's so much space in here. I almost feel like I should do, if I do this one, I should do some sort of a little, I don't know what, but I need some sort of like a little banner on either side. I don't know what. I need to go through and look through my books and find something, but I almost feel like I need like a little border on either side because I feel like it maybe wouldn't be enough. 3. Oh God, I got to go back and look now. I got to go back. Let's see. All right, well, 1's out. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. Oh God, oh God, oh God, I'm lost count. I've lost count already. You guys, it is, I think it's 2. 3 would, oh God. I think 2 is taking it. 3 with larger spaces in between the stars. 3, 1, 2, 1. All right, well, we're definitely not we're not revisiting this ocean, sorry. Our sea shanties can wait. Which would you rather do? Sea shanties for another egg. If I do 2, I need something on either side of the border, for sure. Even if I just do some solid colors, I need something on either side of the border, for sure. Because this is cool, but it's not quite detailed enough. But I do like it. I think 3 would look better on that egg, but I like 2 better. Do you know what I need to do? I need to go to bed. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be making my coffee. I'm going to be cleaning up wherever the cat threw up last night, wherever the dog peed. And in the middle of cleaning up that dog pee, it's going to suddenly be crystal clear to me which one I need to do. And I don't know why my brain works like that, but it does. something is going to become very apparent tomorrow when I clean up that dog pee. Anybody else do that when you're doing the most bizarre menial tasks? That's when you get like creative inspiration. Quilt side 3 is better. I suppose I could always pencil it in loosely and see how I feel about it. Mine is always in. Yeah, I get really good ideas. I'm just nervous that 3 would take a year to do. I mean, valid. Valid, yes. Absolutely. Menial tasks allow your brain to focus elsewhere. Yeah, yep. How many colors we do in? So we have this white cream color. Then we're gonna do some gold. I think we're gonna do a little bit of brown. We're gonna do a green. We're gonna do a brown or a blue, and then I think we're gonna end with like a nice navy blue. So we're gonna do around 6 colors altogether, which is kind of what this guy is, and I really like how this guy turned out. So what about the stars at the 4 points joined by the Greek pattern? Ooh. Oh. What else are you gonna do? It's not like you're going to go to Stampede. Are you going to do acid at all? Like LSD? Or like on the egg? You have to specify. Are you gonna do acid at all? So the carving technique using an acid to eat away at the shell, that you see like Catholic the pelvic floor was, oh no. Oh God. Okay. Yes. So so that acid etching technique that you see like Catherine Alexander art doing, that is like some advanced level stuff. My comfort zone is vinegar. I am going to do another vinegar bath in here after I get the white totally on, just to take down the shell even more. I'm glad I can entertain you guys. Yeah, could you imagine me taking a hit of acid? Which I've never done before, except for that one time I accidentally did it when I was 17 at a concert and had an out-of-body experience, but that wasn't my choice. That was... Anyways, that's a story for a different day. Some of you already heard that story. But, I mean, the one and only time that I accidentally did it, it completely went out of my body. So I can't even imagine what kind of a egg I would make if I actually did take something. Pasankian chill. Yeah, that would be chill, all right. Wouldn't even be on this planet. That was the first and last time I ever went to a music festival. My friend keeps trying to convince me to go to one, and I'm like, I don't know. The last one I went to, I left my body, so don't know if I feel like going to another one. So, but yes, I am going to do another vinegar bath on here. Look, melatonin is too much for me to get. Me too. Me too. I broke my ankle at a music festival. Oh, that sucks. My favorite, the one thing that really stands out to me about that experience is I got to go in, but they had the medic tent in behind the stage, and the lead singer from Moist, David Usher, I think his name was. He was so good looking. And I got to see him close up, and he was gorgeous. And there was a guy that had taken too many. I'm assuming it was mushrooms. I think it was mushrooms. And if you've ever had a newborn baby that's had a blowout where it's like from the knees up to the neck, that's what this full-grown man had done. And I just looked at that and I was like, okay, so I'm never trying that drug. It was, see, those are the, in high school, those are the stories they need to tell you. Those are the experience you need to have in high school so that you don't grow up and try any drugs. Anyways, I went to the first Coachella Festival, never go again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. I can't imagine. All right. Well, now that we've had a whole conversation about eggs and borders and drug use, I feel like it's an appropriate time to thank everybody for coming on this evening and spending some time with me, hearing my incoherent ramblings at midnight on a random Wednesday. I hope everybody is well where you are. I hope that you are staying safe and you are staying sane as you can. And if it is not evening, well, if it is evening for you, I hope you have a really great sleep. And if it is not evening for you, if it is morning or afternoon, I hope you have a really great rest of your day. I hope you were able to find this live interesting, informative, or at the very least entertaining. Thank you for helping me make some decisions about borders. Saying that was an option. Yeah, wishful thinking, right? Wishful thinking. But I wish everyone a very good evening. If you're going to bed right now, I hope you are nice and relaxed. And I will see everybody. Oh yeah, sorry, we're ending. I usually go, it's midnight. It's midnight at my time, so I gotta go to bed. I gotta wake up and be a parent very early tomorrow morning, so. This is where we're at. I didn't get a whole lot done. Finished up my triangles on this side and blocked in some more on this side. So not a whole lot, I'm afraid. But I will be back here Friday at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, hope to see you then. Yay, we didn't set any paper towel rolls on fire tonight. Thank God. Hooray. Hooray. Have a really great evening, everybody, or afternoon or morning. I'll see everybody on Friday. Bye-bye.